Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. What is up, guys? We are live for another Ordinal Hour. We're doing this every Thursday night. We hope you guys enjoy it because we enjoy doing it. This is going to be a great show. Our banners are looking good today, guys. I just saw something come across the comments that I really enjoyed. And Merry Christmas, Degens, and a happy Bitmap New Year. Let's go. That is perfect for this episode because that is exactly the energy that we're bringing. We appreciate you guys, man. So let's get this show started. Without further ado, let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What up? What up? What up? Excited.
Bringing the energy today.
Yes. We're bringing the energy. Love that people are just posting comments in the chat. We got a lot of stuff to cover, and Christmas is around the corner, man. So I'm in that Christmas cheer.
Yeah, man, me too. I'm all done Christmas shopping. I finished my last one today. I'm very excited to just be done, man. So how about you? You done?
Yeah, pretty much actually. I'm usually that last second, procrastinator when it comes to Christmas shopping. But was able to knock it out early, and it feels good to kind of be, the responsibles with it. So
yeah, man, definitely. We're getting some comments about Ghosty. You want to jump on that real quick?
Yeah, so I actually went directly to that when I read that comment. It looks like Ghosty's at $1.22, so nothing crazy there. Unless there's like an announcement. Let me check X real quick and see if there was an announcement.
If there's a link for that, please put it in there so we can bring it live. But yeah, I'm seeing all these ghosty stuff.
Is there multiple?
There's two, yeah.
Oh wow.
We got
maybe there's
check Ghosty from Boss Mindset, and then we have from Bennett Spence, we have Ghosty Baby.
Gotcha.
Don't see anything.
Yeah, maybe just maybe they're just hype about it.
Gotcha.
Ghosty has been kind of killing. Yeah. So, well, the thing about Ghosty recently is that they've been, I think, networking very well.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing some posts about I think some of the centralized exchanges are taking notice of them. So we'll see if they get slapped on one of these bigger sexes or whatever.
My only problem with Ghosty, obviously, they're centralized and mistakes can happen. So I wouldn't be surprised when they wake up to a mistake. I'm not saying there will be, but that's one of the things that happens when you have very centralized bridges, like how they work, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but I don't even really consider them a bridge though, because they're swapping on the other side, and then they are kind of like they're kind of like custody, right? For custodian.
For a few minutes, yeah.
But hey, look, man, Unisat has had issues, with their indexing to where things have gone down or stuff like that. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. Of course, at all costs, for me, at my rule of thumb is to self-custody as much as possible. But whenever you're trying to, hey, look, I think Ghosty definitely has had a lot to do with bringing some liquidity in from other tokens and stuff recently.
Yep.
A couple $1 million, that's still a couple $1 million, right? So that comes in, and it's only going to grow, in my opinion. So
100%.
Yep. So
yeah,
I'm bullish on them.
Yeah, I'm definitely bullish on Ghosty too. I think what they're doing is very needed. But like I said, it's just something that I think everyone needs to put a little caution to, knowing that they are very centralized. So it's not a decentralized DApp like most things in Ethereum and stuff like that. We don't have those things yet because we don't have the layer 2 that Jeffrey's being built. And 2 weeks from now, we might have that. So
yeah, that it is tough whenever there isn't smart contracts involved, and then just the moving of assets around over here. I mean, you can do it. It's just slow. And then, at the end of the day, though, multi-bridge, you're giving them your assets. You know what I mean? Yeah. And whenever they were just locking them up and mirroring the synthetic version over, right? So I don't see too much of a problem of it. But we'll see what happens. I mean, we're going to run into bumps and bruises in the space regardless. It's young. And I think people should expect that, actually, because that's how you grow and that's how you learn and all that stuff, right? Obviously, you don't want to go through losing money and assets that way, but
100%.
Yep. So let's jump into this very interesting topic that our Brand X account, which you are managing today, kind of posted on.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
Luke Dash Jr. Sounds like a country music singer, doesn't it? Luke
It really
Dash
does.
Jr. Luke Dash Jr. And Ocean Mining announces that they will now mine ordinal transactions. Did we win?
Yes, we won.
Yeah.
So I was scrolling through. Is my connection good? Right,
Yeah,
we're
you're
good,
good.
right? Oh,
You're
cool.
good.
I was scrolling through Decrypt. Decrypt.co is one of my favorite places to look for information. And that was on the main page. Like if you can go to, share your screen real quick and just go to
Yeah.
that. That's Decrypt.co. Um, it was the first thing on the page, bro. The first thing, and I was like, yo, and I immediately ran over to Twitter, jumped on the brand account, and posted that. And immediately, 30 seconds into posting that, Luke Dash Jr.'s in the comments saying that it's fake news, right? This is the opening, like the opening page of it.
This is like on the
Crazy
homepage.
homepage, the decrypt.co like
Yeah.
website.
Yeah. Let me actually go to decrypt.co real quick. Decrypt.co. Bam. Burn. No, so yeah, man, it looks like they just had it on the homepage as the main story, and he comes in, and I think he's getting a lot of crap right now,
Yeah.
because everybody's tagging him. Was it Decrypt that reached out to Leonidas? I think so, because
Might have.
Leonidas posted about something. Yeah, it was him. It was him. So he asked him about it, and then he made a quote on it as well, and so he got tagged in it. But yeah, so it's very funny. You can see here, guys. As soon as he posted that, we posted this. Bitcoin developer Luke Dash Jr. fought the rise of ordinals, which he called spam, but now his mining pool is allowing them. Another win for layer one Bitcoin assets. Then he jumps right in. Fake news. While we don't, this is the part I love. While we don't ban miners who allow them, we will strongly recommend miners who do not.
Yeah. First off, anything Bitcoin person saying the word ban can just go away.
Yeah.
You can go eat rocks. Like
Well,
kick, you know what I
kick
mean?
rocks. Kick rocks. Eat rocks.
Eat
Yeah.
them. Eat them. Eat those rocks.
Yeah. Ordy rocks. No, but
Ordy rocks. Yeah, go eat those Ordy rocks. Let's go.
and then we posted, how gracious of you to not ban miners who allow them. LOL. Welcome to the non-censoring group of Bitcoiners, which is us,
Yep.
of course, right? Like the ordinal space,
Yep.
because we don't even think about that. But yeah, man. I think that they're starting to realize that, hey, look, if we don't do this, we could affect our bottom line,
Yeah.
right? Because the hash rate is just jumping up so much from ordinal transactions, and they're gonna look pretty dumb.
Yeah. It just kind of shows you too that these maxis lost their way. Like we are now Satoshis Vision, right? We are the original, and not that BSC crap, but we are the real Satoshi Nakamoto. We are his vision. Ordinals was something that he envisioned, and by doing the halvings, he knew that he was going to need something on the back end, and I think that he knew this was something that would come eventually. I'm
Yeah.
surprised it took 11 years, but here we are.
Yeah, and they always talk about, oh, it's stupid. Like I think Corey from Swan was talking about, it's so dumb that they think that like putting data on chain is like going to be the future. That is not going to work. The data should be off chain, but then you
Yeah.
have like a timestamp on chain and blah blah blah. But no, I mean like Satoshi himself was writing messages inscribing messages like
Yep.
back in what 2010,
2009. It was January 8th, 2009. He inscribed the message the Chandler's on the brink of another bailout. Right? That
Yeah.
was like in the Block Zero has an inscription in it. Like, come
Yeah.
on. A
Okay.
text inscription.
So this brings up something to me right away too. Like when I saw, first of all, the first Bitcoin maxi laser eyes that really started to like that I noticed that commented into Matty versus post yesterday that had to do with like CBRC 20, which is weird that
Yeah.
Max
I know.
Kaiser posted in there, and I was like, okay, they're starting to post in our comment in our post now.
Yep.
Which to me, I don't know if that's like them trying to integrate themselves and say, hey, look, we're Bitcoiners too, just because we're like, but just because like all our followers go to sleep by 7 p.m. every day, doesn't mean we can't have a little fun. And then you got Luke Dash Jr. jumping right in right when we post this. So I'm just having fun with it because it feels good.
Yeah.
Hey, because like I feel like they kind of acted like we were like peasants or something
Yeah.
before.
Well, it's the same thing as Jim Cramer popping in some Bitcoiners stuff, right? It's the same thing. Matt Kaiser is now the Jim Cramer of Ordinals, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like it's all going to zero. It's all nothing. It's all crap. Same thing that these Jim Cramer like analysts do. They've just become what they hate. They
That,
have become exactly what they hate, and it's freaking hilarious that they don't see
yeah.
it.
I mean, they act very much like traditional, like old school, like TradFi guys,
They do.
almost, right?
They're
And
to
then
a
so
T.
it is weird for sure. That's 100%.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, we've given Luke Dash Jr. enough shine.
We really did.
So let's
I
move.
don't want to say his name ever again on Ordinal Revolution. He's dead. He's dead.
Let's see here. Okay. So Node Monkeys Dutch auction today. It was at 4:20 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
I was curious. I know you and I like we talking in our DMs and we were talking about what are we gonna do with this? Are we gonna actually like throw a bid out there? Because that we were so excited for it. We were we had our plan and everything just changed. Did you end up bidding anything?
I didn't. So at 4:20, I was actually I got out of work early today. I usually get out 4:30. I got today I got out at 2:30, and then I finished the shopping up, and then you messaged me at like 4:30. Yo, did you do this? And I was like, totally forgot. So then I came home, started doing family stuff, and I just forgot. I still didn't get a chance to do it. I probably will after this live stream. I got to figure out what account has some free Bitcoin in it, and then kind of go from there. But I still will do it. And there is a wallet actually. I don't know if you know that address.
Yeah, you messaged it to me, so let me grab it, dude.
So there's a wallet address that you're sending the Bitcoin to, and you can actually go through the wallet and kind of see what people are sending. And I saw yesterday, I saw someone posted a full Bitcoin,
I'm gonna
or
post it in the
earlier
comment.
today.
Should I post
Okay.
it in public comment? It's the
Uh,
meme link.
yeah, you can post it there.
All right, guys. This is the meme link that Shizzy was looking at that wallet. So, what is this wallet, by the way?
This is the official Node Monkeys wallet. This is when people are sending the Bitcoin to. That's where it's going.
Okay.
Did you actually post it in the private chat? I can't copy it from there.
Well, I have it in. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Unless you just want to show it on your.
Yeah, I can show it.
Okay.
I have it on my screen here. This is it right here.
Yeah, this is over here. So there's 60 Bitcoin in there, right?
Yep.
And
60,
if you kind of go through, you can kind of see what people are sending.
like,
So this guy
0.1.
Yeah.
So how is this going to work? So like every hour, the price goes down a certain amount of Bitcoin.
Yep. So
right?
when it sells out, whatever hour that is in or whatever block that is in, so every 6 blocks, so 6, 12, 18, 24. So let's just say it gets to 24 blocks, it's going to be 0.1 less. So then everyone just pays the 0.12 until all 8,000 are sold out. So they're sitting there doing the math potentially to see how many they have left. And once the zero is gone, that's when it stops and that's what everyone pays.
Gotcha.
Get it?
So basically it's like, okay, it started off as 0.21, right?
Yes. Yep.
And you can send as much Bitcoin as you want to
Yep.
this thing, but you have to at least send the 0.21 if you want to secure one during that hour, right?
Well, you don't have to.
But you can. What if you send under it though?
That's fine. So you'll get a refund if it doesn't hit. But let's just say you send 0.005.
But if anybody sends 0.21 and you send 0.05, you're out. You're getting your refund.
As long as it hits a certain amount of blocks down. So if it drops, if there's still no monkeys left in block, I want to say block 60.
Okay.
Then you'll actually get the node monkey for 0.005, and as everyone else will as well. So that guy who sent 0.021 is now getting 4 node monkeys and a refund of 0.1.
Yeah, but why wouldn't just someone just put like a low bid in from the jump?
Because it might not hit that number. Like let's just say you put 0.005. It doesn't mean it's going to hit that
Okay.
number.
I got you. So
It might sell out before then.
yeah. So basically, they'll start at 0.21, and then like basically as many people that sent it between 0.21 and the lowest number, lowest amount of Bitcoin they sent.
Yeah.
That equals the total amount of node monkeys available. Then it's sold out.
Exactly. As long as it hits the 8,000 node monkeys,
Gotcha.
wherever that numbers it is. So it could potentially go down to 0. Like if you set 0.0001, you might be able to get one.
Yeah,
If it
but
doesn't sell
it's
out.
not going to, because like
Not going to.
there's a bunch of people that probably I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Yep.
someone sent a full Bitcoin. So he's trying to get as many as he possibly can get. You know,
Gotcha. So if you, I feel like if you send like 10 G's, you're set at least for like a couple.
yeah, you'll probably get at least 2. I mean, 10 G's is what? Is 0.3, right?
Yeah.
So it's right there.
Yeah. Cool. Because it's not going to be, it starts at 0.21. So like you'll at least get like,
you'll definitely get one. If you send 0.21, you'll 100% get one.
and
if not 2.
and if you only get one, you'll probably get a refund a little bit too.
You probably will.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, yeah, now we're going on, I think we're going on block at least it has to be at least 3 down, and they haven't noticed it's sold out yet. So, and I mean it's yeah, so yep.
Gotcha. So what's your game plan? So after the show, you're gonna throw some Bitcoin at it, and just kind of see if you get one. Gotcha.
I'll probably send 0.0075 or 0.008. Like I said, I don't know which wallet has that in there. If I have to send Bitcoin from different wallets, I probably won't. But if I have a wallet that has 0.08 on it, was it 0.08, I'll probably send that, or 0.75 or whatever's in there, 0.006. And if I look at it and it's sold out, then I'll just wait for people to claim them and then dump them cheap. So
I mean, will they dump them cheap though? Depending on what the price ends up being across the board.
If it goes down to 0.005, and they might sell them for 0.007 just to get that quick flip, you know.
Gotcha.
And potentially not.
So the plan is kind of like up in the air with that. But like, what do you expect though? Like, do you expect this to be a hit still because of all that drama, or do you expect it to flop?
I expected the flop in the beginning. I expected to be like 5 node monkeys equal 1 frog. But then I think eventually it gets to about 2 node monkeys per frog. Eventually.
Okay. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, like we both think that Bit God's a part of this, right? Like, and so
100%.
you can tell with the marketing strategy. And at the end of the day, like, love him or hate him, he's a damn good marketer when it comes to X. So I think where they could do well, it's probably not going to be like the core ordinal community that's going to go nuts over them, but it will be like the ETH boys that come over, and then maybe some other chains like Solana people that aren't over here already, which there's a good amount that are already. 100%. But and then maybe like the bigger names like David Gockenstein and some of these other big players in the space. Thread Guy. Because they kind of run in those, they're almost kind of like the Leonidas and Trevor and BitGod of those chains, right? So
I want to run through some comments real quick before we go to the next thing, if you don't mind. So let me just remove that and then kind of go to the comments. So we got first is first. We got to represent the first. Mental Wealth. What's up, buddy? Don't think I can keep the eyes open until 2 a.m. Ireland time. Oh, sorry, man. I'm sorry for going so late. We will eventually be going early once we can start doing this full time. And then we got Mike. Was he first or was Mental Wealth first?
I don't know. I mean, like,
Mental Wealth was 440 and Mike was 750.
Well, either way, I feel like Mike was like first here.
He was.
And he's a member, so I think
he's a member.
Yeah, shout out.
Both are members. These are all members. Okay. And then Mr. Sheedy, which I love your name, Missy Scott. Thank you, sir. And then we have in 20 minutes. Yep. Just jump through some of these. What's up, buddy? We have DeFi guy, and then we have you can read that, right?
No, that's not that's not Korean.
I know. I'm just
but I actually I can read Korean, so if we ever
can you really?
Yeah. It's phonetics. Awesome. It's all phonetics.
Yeah. We got our man Sergio. What's up, guy? And then Varying Viewpoint. Always this guy, man. always in our comments. We appreciate you so much, buddy. We really do. A lot of you guys are always in our comments these days, and that really helps the algorithm. We really appreciate that. And we have Damon Fuller, Bitrenz, uh,
Ruined?
Neo
Yeah, that's
Meester. And we
Meister.
have Meister, Boss Mindset, Chief Axel, DeFi guy, Astar, huge fan of Astar right here. Astar is my side. Oh, I'm married to Ordinals. Astar is my side chick. Uh, we got Bennett Spence, DeFi guy again. We got who we got down there
Happy
new.
Thursday.
Happy
I'm so
Thursday.
glad it's Thursday. Tomorrow I'm off.
I'm off as well.
Yeah, so
Grant Lee, Dark Tales. Oh, here we go. Got one right here. What do you think about this guy? It's something we're gonna be talking about later, but
OSPY, Ord Spy is what it
yeah,
is, but OSPY is the ticker. They shipped a new feature today for Telegram, right?
yeah,
So I believe if you have your Telegram connected, and you obviously have to give them your wallet address, but I don't think you have to connect to it.
yeah,
So then you'll get Telegram notifications for transactions, which is cool because, like, not everybody checks their email. You know what I mean? Because this is like, uh, yeah, it's there's better ways, quicker ways of you getting notified, and Telegram is one of those ways. So
yeah. I think it's like I said, we said it on yesterday's show. To me, it's another way to make sure if you feel safe, right? You can be out. That's like she's going Christmas shopping. You get a notification saying your wallet's being spent. You're like, what the hell? Gives you time to potentially, hey, I can front run this. So I can
yeah.
jump on my phone and front run this, but or something like
Exactly.
that. But
And with OSPY, I would say, there's probably going to be a little bit of back and forth because it did launch. I think it deployed in like June,
yeah,
and then it minted out not long after that, I think. But it was a project that took some time to build out, but it is, hey, he has a product. He's been shipping lately. I've talked to him in the DMs a little bit. He seems like he's really energetic in terms of like
yeah,
what he's got coming, and he's always in the Telegram. So jump in their Telegram. I suggest jumping in OSPY's Telegram because they're active. It's getting crazy, and there's almost
yeah,
reminds me of the early ghosty days of the Telegram, right? That ETH
yeah.
filling of Telegram. But
And,
yeah,
and we're definitely gonna reach out to them. Yeah, Yagobi's already talking to them, maybe about getting them on as well, kind of showing us their features. That'd be pretty cool. And we have Mike's World again, Mr. Sheedy, and then we got
yes,
Bonk. Bonk, guys, many people don't know this, but Bonk was one of our first interviews. We were a bunch of nobodies out here begging for interviews, and Bonk was one of the first guys to hop on with us. So that'll always be appreciated by us because in the beginning, guys, it wasn't easy to get people to come on the show.
yeah. I mean, we just had to be persistent. We had to knock on some doors and be like, "Hey, can I sell you some kitchen knives?" No. But yeah, shout out to Bonk, man. They definitely were our first interview, and I want to give another shout out to them just for busting their butt and getting that
Yeah,
project. I know that it was tough for Bonk to really get products shipped during the summer and stuff, but now it seems like he's got things going. So
yep,
best of luck for your project there, Bonk.
and
Bonk BRC20 Bonk, by the way.
yeah, BRC20, of course. Dr. Pulse, are you guys looking to see BRC20s? So we were actually just talking about this. We're actually going to reach out to was it Chris Masters and
Chad.
Chad
Chad
Masters
Chad Masters.
and potentially what is it, Moto, who is
So
Archimedes?
previously Archimedes,
Yeah,
I know that like Shizzy was pooping on them on Oshi yesterday, which they kind of deserve it in terms of like the project itself. But I think there's a separation between Merlin,
yeah,
that was one of the founders in Oshi, and then the rest of the team, which was
yeah,
Archimedes. Still didn't really love how Archimedes handled like how he posted about different project founders on X, but we had him on our show. You can tell he's a good guy. He just
yeah,
so we're gonna look into Moto. We're gonna look into Moto.
yeah.
We're gonna hopefully get Chad and him maybe on the show together, and they can break down CBRC20s for our audience. And it's definitely catching some energy. I feel like, don't you think?
Yeah, they had a space today with 175 people in it on a Thursday night. So if that doesn't show you that it has some following, I mean, it really does. So I think we should. I think we should start digging into this. And there's a lot of protocols, and we've been, we haven't been getting to all because we've been really like digging into BRC20s and stuff like that, and atomicals. So it's only fair for us to hop over there. So Dr. Pulse, definitely, sir, we will be talking more about this. Give us some time. Probably won't be till early next year. We're going to be spending some time with our families and take some time off, but we will definitely get to that. We promise.
Yep. I do love the how it works though, in terms of being able to, in a sense, kind of like compress all the data, the JSON data into basically just smaller data, right? It's almost like it's like taking the zip file approach that I mentioned before. So we'll definitely jump into that.
Definitely. And we got Jacob the Great, one of our early watchers and listeners. Appreciate you, buddy.
He's big in the track community.
Huge. Yeah.
Yep.
And we have I can't say this. I love this guy though.
Mutatio 83.
Yeah.
What up, fam? From base community, right?
Yeah, from base.
Yeah,
from
base showing love.
And I'm sorry I can't read. ChatGPT is still teaching me. So
Shizzy literally uses ChatGPT to read. So
I use the voice command, it reads me things. So but yeah. And we got Danny Boy Nelson. Shout out Danny Boy Nelson. We appreciate you, buddy. We say not sure if there's a giveaway, but tagged. We're doing a giveaway, right?
Yeah. We're doing a koala. We're gonna do another koala, and I think I'm gonna look while we're during the show. I'm gonna try to see what I can give away as well.
We'll give away 3 things.
Yeah. So just hang out. I wanted to do a trivia, like an Ordinals trivia.
Ooh,
but I didn't have enough time to get the questions ready. So that look out for that for our next live, possibly. That will be fun because we'll do something to where like maybe like 3 or 4 trivia questions, and then the first person to press 1 gets the answer first, and if they don't get it, then the second person we can see in the chat. So we'll do some sort of trivia and make it fun, mix it up.
Let's do it next Thursday. We'll just do like a whole episode of trivia. We'll just have fun with it. You know what I mean? Have a good time.
We'll be like one trivia question might be like, who's the Ord influencer that hyped up OXBT, and then it. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm just joking. Not that kind of trivia,
but no, it could be stuff like about the show as well. If you paid attention throughout the year, I mean, stuff that you can't just Google. Something you have to be a watcher for, something like that type of stuff. But then we got our man Thoth. He was on the show the other day. You haven't watched that episode, go check it out. You really get a really detailed look into atomicals. And part 2 is coming soon, probably early next year. We're going to be digging into the mining aspect of it, especially now with Unisat. And that's another topic we got to get into. So let me just rush through these comments real quick.
Because there's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You can always come back to them too.
We'll come back. We'll come back.
Yeah, we'll come back to when we left off at Thoth, and we'll get to your questions too.
We love your comments, those guys. I love that. I want to get to every single one of them. I appreciate you guys so much for commenting and spending the time with us. So,
all right, let's see here. Oh, this is the one that I think we both kind of have a little bit different opinions on this. But let's go over to you first. Will the Bitcoin ETF suck liquidity out of ordinals and inscriptions for a certain period? If so, how bad do you think it will be? First, do you think it will?
I hate being the bearer of bad news here, but I think once we get into 50, 60,000, I think ordinals are going to have a dead season, and not like what we had before.
Hold on a second.
I know.
Ordinals are not dead.
Well, your shirt says they are, so you're contradicting yourself there.
Well, but you know what it really means, because at the bottom it says few, which means anyways,
and that's end up being so true, true. So, but I do. I was actually having a conversation with somebody today, and they had a pretty similar opinion to it as I did. You were in that conversation as well, and I kind of think that. So, how it worked in 2020 was DeFi summer happened. DeFi got really quiet when Bitcoin shot from, I want to say, I think it was like 9,000 to about 45,000. DeFi was really quiet. And then after Bitcoin got to around 50,000, DeFi started back up again, right? It was like, everything was popping. You had your Tomb finance, you had this finance and that finance and this. It blew up again. I feel like we're going to have that exact same thing to ordinals. Ordinals are the DeFi summer, of this next bull run. And I feel like once we get to about 50K, I think things get really quiet on Bitcoin layer one assets. And I think right around, I want to say maybe like 120, 130K, you're going to see it ripping, roaring again, like it never left back, blowing up, destroying everything until the end of the bull run.
Not so fast, my friend, as Lee Corso says. No, the main difference and the main variable that is different between DeFi summer and what we're in right now is Bitcoin layer one assets versus Ethereum layer one assets, right? And ETH was actually waiting for Bitcoin, during that time. It was. I mean, ETH really was because it goes Bitcoin and then ETH takes its time and then ETH is the second one and then altcoins go, right?
That's true.
So in my opinion, it might slow down. It probably will slow down some because the reason why I think it's going to slow down is because people just want to take their ordinal assets, Bitcoin layer one assets, put it in Bitcoin, let it ride up, make the profits, and then bring it back in, right? So I just don't think it's going to be like a lull, like the same lull it was now. So we've taken kind of this hot takeoff right in the beginning. Maybe scale back some, but it's not going to be as dead as it was in that middle period, in my opinion. And then it's really going to take off a lot. So just maybe a little bit different in the middle in terms of our two opinions. But we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Again, too, is like you got to remember too is when Bitcoin hits 200K, are some of these assets right now that are sitting at like 0.0045 and stuff still going to be there because that's 4x higher than they are today in dollar value. So that's my only thing as well. It's like, yeah, they all might go up in dollar value, but they might go down against Bitcoin, which is our true comparison anyway. Because that's the best part about ordinal layer one assets is that everything is priced in Bitcoin. So I think everything goes down against Bitcoin, but goes up against the dirty, disgusting fiat.
Yeah, so I think it's all about psychology, right?
Yeah.
So like if you just made a shit ton of money on Bitcoin, right? It's riding up and then you're just feeling really good about your profits. That the first, like I always said, the first place that people are now that ordinals are Bitcoin layer one, that's the first place they're going to dump it to, right? And then all of a sudden now, like you just made your euphoric, you made a lot of profit on Bitcoin. Now you're making tons of profit on frogs. I can see frogs like in a crazy period get to 2, 3, 4 Bitcoin. Who knows? Like, what I mean? You never know. Now that depends. Like if Bitcoin's at like 150K, 200K,
350K frog, bro.
what was the floor of the punks? What were the floor of the crypto punks?
Yeah, you're
what
right.
were and to me, frogs are the crypto punks of Bitcoin, right?
I agree.
And the floor of the apes were really
But
high too.
I do see that hitting there, but again, not till the end of this bull run. Just like the punks were. The punks were not at $1 million floor when Bitcoin was like 30, 40,000. They were at the floor when Bitcoin was at 65,000.
Yeah.
I mean that $1 million floor.
I think we're gonna definitely see a different bull run this time. It's gonna be more euphoric. I think we are kind of our brains definitely have PTSD from this last cycle, right? And I do see a different cycle coming up. It's
I
not
see
gonna
a
it's
longer cycle. I
longer
see this going
cycle. It's going to be
3
more
years.
euphoric, but obviously nothing can be like 1,000 miles, press the brakes constantly without like pullback. There's going to be pullback, but those are going to be more like opportunities until they're not, right? So like, maybe like pullback and then you buy the dip. That's going to happen a certain amount of times and eventually a year and a half down the road when the market actually turns back because we're just at the beginning, right?
Yeah. Yep. For sure. I think the FUD drops are kind of not going to be here as well as they were before. Like I think last cycle we had the China banning Bitcoin FUD drop. You know what I mean? Then we had the Elon Musk basically stop the Bitcoin payments FUD drop, right? And then we had eventually we had Luna FUD drop, and then that kind of ended the bull run. Well, it was already ended, but that's when I realized it was over because I was very late to understanding the 4-year cycles and what was happening. So that was just a mistake of mine, but a learning experience, and a learning experience that will make this time around so much better.
Exactly. But I'm excited because look, man, we were waiting patiently, weren't we? Like through the summer, and
Yep.
everybody in here that was here during the summer and the spring, and we're reaping, the rewards of our labor, the fruits of our
Yep.
labor. So, I'm excited to see where things head in 2024. All right. So the next topic here, we kind of hit on this already yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yesterday
Mhm.
in our update, but
Yeah.
I am really like this is going to be a game changer in my opinion. Will BRC 420 wrapping assets and token deploy feature change how we view metaverse assets forever? And you made a great point yesterday. Not necessarily just BRC 420 assets, but possibly ordinal collections
Everything.
can jump into this, right?
Yep.
Um, so there's now a possible, like, when you start a project, there's like a two-part like step in terms of, okay, we're going to create the ordinal, wrap it, and then tokenize it. So now
Yep.
you have two different fungible, non-fungible aspects to this. What do you think? Do you think this changes the game forever?
Completely. This is complete game changer. This is like this is insane. If everything that we're hearing from Jeffrey and we talked to Jeffrey a lot. So everything that we're hearing from Jeffrey, he's been on, two of our episodes. We talked to him. We actually had a thing in his bitmap.game. Remember, like we were the first one of the first, well, same stage was first, but we were one of the top three in there doing an actual spaces from bitmap.game. And everything he's created so far has been amazing. And I don't see this being anything but amazing. And I think that he's using potentially, Unisat's modules system and stuff like that. So it's just the amazing teams just linking up, creating these like circles that go into each other. Guys, I think this is going to absolutely change everything for Bitcoin. Smart contracts on Bitcoin coming, DeFi on Bitcoin coming, lending, borrowing, everything you can do on any other chain will be now possible using this layer 2 on Bitcoin. Absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, and I didn't think about this too earlier. One thing that can actually stop the ordinals and BRC20 market from bleeding during that time, that middle period,
What's that?
is Liquidium's BRC20 lending. Because hear me out. So that is your only way to leverage layer one native assets now. You know what I mean? So if you have long-term conviction, right,
Yeah,
then you can, in a sense, artificially pump those BRC20s, by lending or putting your BRC20s up for collateral,
yeah,
taking the Bitcoin, buying more BRC20s, putting those up for collateral, and
yeah,
then getting more Bitcoin. Keep doing that until like it not only does it help your position, but it helps the entire ecosystem for that, or that token at least.
yeah,
Because you're pushing that token value up. You get what I'm
100%.
saying?
Yeah,
And this is something that I saw on the Kronos blockchain last year or 2 years ago. Almost the exact same system, except for it wasn't peer to peer. It was a centralized lending protocol.
yeah,
But it literally, I saw it actually go up, and then everything in crypto was going down. So they shorted it that way too. They
yeah.
did the opposite. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But that's a different topic, I know. But that just came
I
to
mean,
my
it's
mind
definitely
just now.
that's actually a really good point. I didn't think about that. Like, but that's dangerous. Over leveraging, over leveraging.
100% it's dangerous.
So
It's dangerous because you can get liquidated. So this is not
yeah,
something that I'm recommending to everybody. So
yeah,
don't take it as that to the audience. But I'm just saying, when things get crazy, that will happen. I can almost guarantee you're going to see a lot of people. And there, I talked to Robin today, and he said there's going to be a analytics dashboard for Liquidium, so
yeah,
we'll be able to see what tokens are being like lended, and then collateral, and then more lended, and then we can see like which ones are probably going to start pumping.
yeah,
But
yeah. I agree.
yeah. But back to this real quick. The BRC 420 is wrapping up assets. The feature part of being able to, like, so I could technically, I don't even have to own frogs. Like, I don't have to be the founder of frogs, but I
No,
could just say, okay, I want to click this feature of deploy token on the BRC 420 protocol, and now I set the standard of you have to deposit a frog and you get a certain amount of tokens back. Now this token is considered the Bitcoin frog token,
Yeah.
right? And anybody can do that. So I think it's going to be a crazy. We're about to head into these crazy environments, guys, to where
You can have an LP pool with frog token and goose token. Like, just think about that. And they're both backed by layer one assets that are potentially the greatest ordinals that we have, right? Frogs and goose. So it's like insane. You're
Yeah,
potentially going to earn yield for holding your frogs and your goose.
yeah,
Like,
and yep, I agree with you, man. And the crazy thing is, I've been in these crazy type of environments, and people start tossing around money like thousands
yeah,
of dollars, like they're like $20,
yep,
right? So my thing that I'll say is, just stay at the side of caution, and just really think about stuff and slow down. And this is just more of me talking to myself because I've been in
yeah,
there. And greed is a strong thing, man. Like it can
yeah.
jump in your head, and like a year ago you might have been like $60,000, man. Oh, that would be so awesome if I could come across that. And a year later, you're like, oh man, only $60,000 is what
Yeah,
I'm making on this. You know what I mean? So perspective is crazy in crypto because it can
it is.
change so quickly.
Yeah.
And so, just
You
a
gotta
PSA.
I think everyone has to take a step back too and understand the value of money, right? So if you take a step back and you see what things actually cost, like it's pretty wild. Like you're like, oh, well, cool, I'm up 15 grand. You're up a freaking used Honda. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's pretty crazy. Like you're it's I think we have to just kind of look at like how much money we're making and not get too greedy because it's insane. I mean, a Bitcoin frog is what $15,000 right now, eighteen
Yeah, I mean,
thousand
it
dollars.
got
Like
it got up to 19,
it's
or
pretty
like right at
wild, dude.
19.
And understanding like in crypto, it's easy just to be like, oh yeah, 19,000, but that money buys a lot of things. That's someone's, someone making $40,000 a year. That's they take 6 months to make that. I
Yeah,
mean, there's a lot of people out there making $40,000 a year. So it's like, I think we just have to have more perspective of everything and kind of go from there. But back to the actual topic at hand, because I think we went off a little bit. But yeah, 100% BRC 420s are really going to explode.
change the game.
It's
Change
gonna
the
be
game for sure.
Jeffrey is just so ahead of everyone else. So ahead of everyone else.
Yep, I agree, man. That's gonna be interesting and fun and all that stuff. Let's check and see if we got any questions.
Yeah.
I'm popping in here. We left off at I gotta show my man, Mr. Yagobi,
Yeah.
Ernesto Gonzalez, man. Appreciate you,
That's
brother.
funny. One day I just said it, and then it was one of those things where it was just like I said it again and
I'm
again, and
like
now
when
it's
we're
just
when we're at the Bitcoin conference, I'm gonna get a bottle of water and like was it triple
Triple H.
H? I'm a and Ernesto Gonzalez is gonna be right there because I'm gonna be like, hey man, you gotta come. I'll pay for your way. No, I'm just kidding. But, like you gotta intro me, man. And then
Yeah.
Mr. Yagobi.
Yeah.
So don't stand too close to me because you might get spit on. Uh, let's see
What else
here.
we
We
got?
got Bennett Spence. Do you think a Binance listing sends any BRC20 over 1 bill like it did Ordi and Sats? Man, 1 billion that's a big feat, right? So
It
like
really is.
if I had to pick the next BRC20 in line, I think most people know the obvious answer to this. It would be Track, in my
I
opinion.
disagree.
But no, hold on. I know why you disagree, but that's separate from what probably
I
should
no,
happen,
I
right?
disagree. I don't no,
You,
I
you,
don't
you,
think that Track's $1 billion. No.
so no, I'm not saying $1 billion. I'm saying next to be listed. Next to be listed on Binance. I believe
Well,
they deserve to be listed next in terms of like their community size, in terms of like the popularity in like their reach outside of the ecosystem. Like people have been hearing about Track from like other chains, and they came over
yeah.
to this chain because of Track. You know
Well,
what I
the
mean?
holder count just isn't there. I mean, you got Sats and Rats. The holder count is 10 times the size of Tracks.
Well, you can't
You
first of all, you can't count those two look at the supplies. The supplies are ridiculous. You can compare
You can
Ordi.
own one track though. It's the same thing. It doesn't really matter the supply.
Well, the supply does matter because it attracts more people in terms of, oh, I have more upside, right? Like whenever you have like a huge supply, it takes longer and harder to
But
get to a certain amount.
Ordi has the same amount of supply and still 10 times higher
So
than.
that's what I'm talking about. So let's see what the supply is between
Okay.
Ordi in there, and supply for track, or the holder count is
count.
what we're talking about. For track is 3,580, so it's jumped up, but it's
Yeah.
still not anything crazy. Ordi's
It's
going
too
to be
low.
Ordi's probably going to be pretty. So Ordi's 13,555.
Again,
Also,
10 times higher.
no, it's not. Come on,
Five times higher.
ChatGPT for reading, but not math.
It's still 5 times.
Yeah, 5 times. 5 times. About 5. It's still not 5 times. All right. We're gonna do our tutoring after this that we've been doing. No, it's not. It's almost 5 times though, right? It's close to 5 times. So, but Ordi was the originator, right? And then, so in my opinion,
it'll be rats.
In my opinion, I believe Track deserves to be next, but you don't agree with that. But you can't deny that Track is like a top 5 token, BRC20 token.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Really? Wow. Yeah. In terms of branding and all that stuff, that's interesting. I mean, I'm not saying that like 2 years down the road that they're going to be like this huge, like, token, but I just feel like as we are right now in the space, in my opinion, they're number 3. But they probably will get passed down the line, in my opinion, but they're number 3 to me right now.
I think it's W420 and W bitmaps are the next ones to be adopted by Binance. And I think they're way above Track.
But you think that because of connections, right? The network connections that they have.
Well, yeah. Because they're cool with Unisat, and Unisat is good with Domo, and Domo is good with Binance. Boom, 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 boom.
So that's different, in my opinion, than like what they deserve.
It's not about what you know. No, it's not about what you know. It's not about what you deserve. It's about who you know. That's life, guys. If you're not used to that by now, you're not thinking. It's not about what you know. It's about who you're willing to work with, whose ass you're willing to kiss, and whose pocket you're in. And
so
that is not Track.
I agree with you 100% on that. I agree with you 100% on that.
Life's not fair, guys. Life's not fair.
And to where like it is a networking issue that like maybe there's like.
But Benny's not willing to work with guys like Unisat and stuff. He's not compliant. He doesn't like.
But have they reached out to him?
No, they won't, because they want Benny to come kiss the ring, and Benny won't do it. But recursive verse and stuff, they're already there. They don't have to do.
You're gonna have a fat DM, and you're not just kidding.
I'm just saying, and Benny will tell you straight up too. Like does Benny deserve to be on Binance? 100,000%. Will he get there? Probably not, because he's not willing to kiss the ring.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. They might be because I've seen this happen in other ecosystems. What happens is they'll end up trying to go around that big exchange, and they'll get on like a Gate.io or another one that's like in the top 5 to 10. And I see so that's probably what will happen with Track. But I still see them getting to. They're already at like past 100 million market cap, right? So they're like. I think the highest they got to was like 130 maybe. Yeah. So,
but Rats is what, 300 million now, right?
Yeah, Rats got up to 500 million. Dude.
Exactly,
which is like
crazy. 4.5 times higher than Track. So Rats will be the next one, and then you're going to see these layer 2 assets like the Rat 420, who has a really good connection with Unisat as well. Unisat with Domo with Binance, and so on and so on. But I think these layer 2 assets get taken before Track does. And I think they worry about like these protocols actually lasting and stuff. With Ordi and Sats, they're not worried about it. It's a meme. It's nothing. There's no team behind it. There's nothing. It's easy for them to post something like that. Rat's the same thing. It's easy because it's just community tokens.
Yeah.
Right. They're not memes. Memes don't exist anymore. Community tokens are here, and they're here to stay. And things like that are easy to post because there's no waking up to someone blowing something up because they're angry about something. Right. So
Gotcha. Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
I agree with you, man. Let's see if we got one more question because we hung on that one for a while.
yeah. Sorry about
Uh,
that. Let's get
no, I
this
mean
off
you
to.
made some good points there. Let's see. Where was I even? Do. Someone was asking about DRC20 thoughts.
All right, so I'll start with this. I was the guy who was telling my coworkers not to put a dime into Doge back in 2020 because I thought that it was a meme and it was trash. And I feel the same way about the DRC20 chain, and I'm probably gonna be wrong again.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, their Doge maps are taking off,
they are.
and then also,
The Soul maps are, AVAX maps are,
yeah, I mean,
their freaking fiat maps are going for more money now because of bit maps.
yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, the Doge ordinals, the Doginals, and DRC20s are the second largest ecosystem for the inscriptions, community wise and like market cap wise, total market cap for inscriptions. Now, AVAX recently has like kind of picked up with that, and I know Tron's also picking up,
Oh, I forgot
which
about
makes
Tron. Yeah.
all this. Anyways, it makes me so happy that I have BRC20s and bitmaps because like
Yep.
they're the premium asset
Yep.
class in the inscriptions. But for me, I'm bullish on DRC20 as like liquidity flows over, but I don't think Shizzy is.
Yeah, I'm not bullish with DRC20s at all, and I'll probably get bit in the face again by it. But it's just not my like. Like I like to invest things that I like. I don't invest in things just because they go up in money. I mean, there's some stuff like no monkeys and stuff like that. But like I don't know, for some reason DRC20s just doesn't get me going. Doesn't rev my engine.
Gotcha. All right. Speaking of maps, bitmaps to 1,000. Is it going to happen?
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Are you calling? Are you calling it?
No, I don't know. It'll eventually get there. It will. I don't know if it's Tuesday, but Tuesday just seemed like a good day for it to happen, right? So
Yeah. First of all, I do think they get there. But they kind of are they're at $308 right now. So
yeah,
that's a pretty big jump up. It was just really crazy to see like Trevor and Leonidas like post about bitmaps because they like completely avoided the topic for so long.
yeah,
And then now everybody's talking about them, and it's like I think that they're gonna be this asset class that really just thrives and hits these crazy astronomical numbers. I think they
yeah,
get past 1,000 for the floor. I think
yeah.
I could see them getting to 3,000. Honestly,
Yeah. I mean, I think it's going to happen eventually. It's a matter of time. I don't think it happens soon. I think we see it in the back end of the bull run. But yeah, I think they rose up too quick. A lot of people are up a lot of money, and I think when Bitcoin starts to move, they're gonna want that Bitcoin instead of holding the maps, and you might see something like that. But that just goes back to my original strategy of beginning and end. So
yeah. Which I mean, that's a good thing, anyways. If you know, and then like beginning, it like gets really bullish. So the beginning part, when do you think that ends? Do you think it ends like January, February?
50K. As soon as we hit
No.
50K
So once Bitcoin gets to 50K, then ordinals and BRC20 bleeds out.
till about 120. Yeah, but that could be 30 to 40 days. You see some god candles to get there.
Gotcha.
And I think if the ETF drops tomorrow, like it's rumored, then you could see 50K tomorrow, and then you could see 100K by January 18th, and then potentially 150K by February.
Gotcha.
Or by halving, because
Yeah.
once these 11 ETFs that are apparently getting approved, and guys, 11 ETFs, they might not have all the Bitcoin, depending on how many people want to get into these from the TradFi land. Want to get into, they're gonna have to be buying Bitcoin every single day. You can see God candle after God candle after God candle into Bitcoin because they don't have enough Bitcoin. Coinbase doesn't hold enough Bitcoin. So what does that do? What does that do? They got to go find it, right? And what does that do? That price has to go up. So you're like, you know what? Here, take my Bitcoin, and I'll take your $80,000 fiat, right? So, and that's going to happen. People are not ready for. That's what I'm saying about ordinals, guys. Like your ordinals are not going to compare to the price of Bitcoin at just like, but they will eventually come back once Bitcoin's price calms down. But we're going to see 3 to 4 God candles in the next 6 months that are going to blow your mind.
Valhalla.
Valhalla. But if you hold on to your ordinals and don't want to sell for whatever reason, by the end of it, your ordinals will probably pass way past
Because there's gonna be a
anything.
moment of like looniness, you know what I mean?
It's insane.
To where like we're like, just like the moments that we talked about earlier, to where you
Yep.
got to actually be like, hey, my perspective of money is really messed up right now
Yep.
because I feel like Richie Rich,
Yeah.
and that's gonna be a time of euphoria, and
Yep.
then we don't know how much long after that will be a time of
Yep.
doom,
Yep.
but you just gotta be prepared for that.
You could be potentially sitting on your salary times 10 in your Bitcoin, wallet, like, and not understanding what that means, of how much freedom that brings you. You know what I mean? So I think that is something that we need to, think about as well. But
Yeah.
because like I think it was you who told me this. You got this from somebody. It's like you don't have to hit the home run this cycle. This cycle can get you to where you need to be, and then the next cycle could take you to Valhalla. Next cycle, we're going to see $1 million Bitcoin. So holding one Bitcoin in 8 years is gonna make you a millionaire,
Yeah, but
almost guaranteed.
a lot of people are also saying that this could be the last cycle for like regular people to have the edge.
For
Be-
Bitcoin, not
because
for,
yeah,
like,
I mean, 'cause
Ethereum and stuff.
look what happened to gold when the ETF like
Yeah,
spiked up, right? It jumped up really good,
yeah,
but then it got controlled, right? And then like
yeah,
I think you told me that
yep,
gold pretty much only moves twice a year now,
yep,
really, and so Bitcoin will get to a point like that to
yeah,
where, and that's why I love ordinals and inscriptions, because I feel like the last cycle with smart contracts and DeFi, like there was
yep,
a lot of people that knew how to game it towards the middle and the end, and
yep,
regular people were just losing out because they didn't have the edge. These alpha groups got
yep,
big. There's bots everywhere. Like people were just bot. Bitlord admitted it. He was just
yep,
like, I will bot it out everything and
yep.
and beat you guys and blah blah blah. So, but where we are now, it doesn't seem that way. But with bitmaps, do you think the people that minted, there were some people that were minting like thousands in the beginning. Remember that?
Yeah,
And they were
yeah.
kind of like stashing them, and then they were strategizing. Do you think a lot of those early bitmappers are out, or do you feel like there's still some that have like 10, like maybe like 10,000, 15,000 bitmaps?
Um, so having 10,000 bitmaps are the guys who have 50 Bitcoin, right? To them, it's not life-changing money. You know what I mean? So they're holding because it's still only 10% of their portfolio, even the 4,000. But there was guys who don't have a lot of money, and they're probably selling into this. You're probably buying their bitmaps at 0.003 and 0.004 and 0.005. They're probably just selling them as they go because they don't know when it's going to stop. But they want to make sure that they have enough Bitcoin to set themselves up for life. So the guys who were sitting there and just mint it after mint it after mint it, and I don't know why the hell we didn't do that. But we should have sat at our computer for 3 freaking days, just minting every bit of
Well,
our Bitcoin.
Well, because like, remember I told you that like I minted them,
Yeah,
but I kind of did it as like a experiment, and
yeah,
I put like a 0 in front at one point, and I thought I was getting like low numbers,
yeah,
and but then like I ended up getting a couple of or a good amount of the 4 digits, and then I only had like 11 bitmaps for the longest time.
yeah,
And I started putting like a good strategy together, which I don't have a crazy amount, but I have a good
yeah,
amount for my
yeah,
portfolio. But yeah, so I think a lot of those people sold off because JK Sats, shout out to
yeah,
him, he was on our show before. He was one of those people that had like 3,000,
yeah,
and once it got to like, I think it got to like $80 whenever times were slow a
yeah,
little
yeah,
bit,
yeah.
right? And it
Yep,
jumped up to like $80, and then he sold a good grip or something
yep,
like that. But I think there was a lot of people that sold early on it,
yeah.
and
Well, to your thing, I think that we need people like that to sell because I think the only way Bitmaps is successful is if the holder count gets to 100,000. I think once the holder count gets to 100,000, that's when you can see Bitmaps going to 3, 4, $5,000 a piece.
Well, I think when the supply shock starts to happen, when people are either wrapping them, and
Yeah,
then you got like Bison Labs type of uh, projects that will also wrap them. The wrapping of bitmaps, we'll
yeah.
see what happens.
Bison Labs though, it's just like what they're on pipe now, and I don't know.
Well, they have some people that they have to impress, because
They got Bitcoin, yeah, but
they have
startup.
investors.
They do.
There's people that put who knows, maybe millions of dollars into them. So,
Once
y-
they said that they were moving to pipe, I just got so interested. But I liked when they were going to BRC20s and bitmaps. When they said they're going to pipe, I kind of really lost interest in the project.
yeah. Ding, ding, ding. We have reached the ordinal hour. We're now in the ordinal after hours.
After
So,
hour,
about to
yeah.
hit the after hour club. Y'all know what happens. Y'all know what happens at the after hours club.
Bottle
Um,
service, let's go. But yes, guys, we don't not only give you guys the ordinal hour, we give you guys the ordinal after hour. So welcome to this. This is where we get a little bit more frisky, a little bit more drunk.
douche,
Nah, I'm joking.
douche, yeah, play that EDM music in the background. Um, so this one's one that, if you don't mind, kind of sharing the
Yeah,
schedule, because you showed me this. Everybody knows that Unisat made an announcement a week ago. I believe it was a week ago, that
yeah,
they're going to integrate ARC20s, which is the Atomical's Bitcoin Layer 1 fungible token asset class.
yep,
And I'm super bullish on this because, let's be honest, like at the end of the day, like what Unisat does, like they make an impact pretty much on any decision that they make, right?
yeah,
And this is the first time that they've integrated another protocol. Like they've had chances with Tap, they've had
yep.
chances with Pipe, they've had chances with other stuff, and they took a chance on ARC20, which for some, they obviously have good reasons because they're bullish on it. But you can see here if you want to break that down.
Yeah, so ARC20s are absolutely amazing. I to me, I'm so bullish on ARC20s just because of the mining of how to get them, the
Bit
bit
work.
work, and it's just it's so cool and so different. And I think and when Arthur said that he's going to just build this and then disappear one day, that just got me so bullish, dude. That's so cool. Like I love that. I love the Satoshi Anonymous just going, oh, I'm building this and then just going away one day. It's that really got me on. And then a little bit later, Unisat came out and said, "Hey, we are adopting ARC20s because this is something." And what we're going to talk about right now is very, we don't know if this is true or not, but Yagobi hit me in DMs one day and he said, "Yo, this could potentially be the way that they get stablecoin into the module swap, right?"
Yeah, so this is just a theory that I put out there. So ARC20 are UTXO model based fungible tokens on Bitcoin, right? Well, that's exactly how Bitcoin works,
Yeah.
right? So Bitcoin works the same way, and that's why a lot of people like the UTXO models. Like Runes has that, Pipe has that, right? Now, I'm not so sure about a stable coin because there's still some hurdles that they have to cross. But Bitcoin is where I think, because at the end of the day, like I'm good if they can integrate Bitcoin into the swap.
Yeah.
Because at first you said that, and I was like, I think there needs to be a stable. That would be great if they have a stable, but if they can have Bitcoin in there, right? So what they would do is they would just have Bitcoin ported into the module that
Yep.
supports ARC20, and then you would bridge that from the ARC20 module to the BRC20 module while creating a synthetic inscription of the Bitcoin on the BRC20 module, right?
Yeah.
And then with that, like once you're done, and then you just bridge it out and you burn and or destroy the Bitcoin on the BRC20 module, right?
Yep.
It's a simple like mechanism that Ethereum's used before, but doing it with inscription tokens is so much harder,
Yep.
right? It's just so much
Exactly.
more difficult to do it that way. So if they could create a stable, which I think they can, then they could just do it that same way that I just explained.
Yep.
I sent that to Jeffrey, and he was like, "That sounds like a good idea." They also did that on Ethereum. He's the one who told
Yeah.
me. But ARC20s, they have a reason why they're bringing it over here,
Yep.
right? What is it? Is it because Bitwork allows it makes the fungible token
Yeah.
ARC20 that much more attractive. You know what I mean? Because the cool thing about Bitwork is that you can actually set, like, if I'm deploying the Yagobi token and I want to do Bitwork to where people have to use their PC and actually use their PC, computing power to match the hash. I can make the difficulty of that hash matching as hard
Yeah.
as I want to.
Yep.
And so it could take you a long time on your computer to be able to mine a single token. I could set the limit for that, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's really cool, to have control over that.
And I think that Unisat is just so far ahead of everyone. So they're thinking. So what happens when the miners really don't become profitable no more, right? Like it's just like there's too much hash rate going on or whatever, and they have ASICs just sitting there and they're not making the money. Now those same miners can use their ASIC machines to create coins on potentially Unisat marketplace or any marketplace that takes ARC20s. So using their miner power, they can generate these coins, which now have they're energy backed coins. They're computer backed coins. They're not just made out of nothing no more. They're not just made out of thin air no more. They're actually being used to create value to our ecosystem. And I think that is absolutely amazing to think about because now we everything that is put out on ARC20 is backed by energy the same way Bitcoin is backed by energy. And that's why Bitcoin was made so special because you can't, it's not proof of stake. Now potentially we have all these proof of work tokens coming in to Bitcoin. So Bitcoin won't even be the only proof of work token as the reward. There's so many more now. And I think that is so undervalued when you're looking at ARC20s. And that is why I'm so bullish on ARC20s because that aspect of just so much more now that can come from these miners, and we're giving the miners more potential, more growing power, which eventually will lead into more hash rate for Bitcoin. Oh man, I am
So these
so
are
bullish
all
on this.
obviously speculative hypotheticals,
Very
right?
very speculative. Yeah,
But it's cool to let your imagination run,
yeah.
because it
I love to
just
think
kind of,
about it.
yeah, it gets you excited and stuff. So like, but look what we've created for miners from the ordinal standpoint and inscriptions, right? They're already benefiting from that. This is just something else that
Yeah,
goes into their bucket, right?
yeah,
So but could you explain the kind of the release
yeah.
dates
Okay.
and stuff?
So today, I don't know what this means, but today is ARC20, right? So today is ARC20. Do you know what that means?
What do you mean? Like, oh no, I think they're just doing a timeline
Okay,
announcement. So like
that's the announcements today.
next Tuesday
Will be
is
the Unisat wallet. You'll be able to look in your wallet. So right now, I use the Atom wallet and I use the Atomicals marketplace. But in next Tuesday, I'll be able to take my words from my Atom wallet, pop them in my Unisat wallet, and then I'll be able to see
ARC20
all
assets.
of my ARC20 assets in my Unisat wallet. And then 2 days later, which is next Thursday, and we'll be live. So potentially that's something that we could do live is buy some ARC20s for you guys live, show you guys how it works. But next week, dude, next Thursday, you're gonna be able to buy these, and there's only like 7 ARC20s, right? I mean, there's
Yeah.
not many that are trading with volume, and you're gonna see these tokens. Not financial advice because I could be completely wrong, but I think next Thursday you're gonna see these valuations go
Well,
crazy.
it depends if it's still in the testnet, uh,
It doesn't
testnet
sound like
eco.
testnet.
Yeah. Well,
Does that look like testnet?
I mean, if they go live, yeah. Either way, once they do go live, I agree with you because Unisat is Unisat, right? Like
Yeah,
Unisat will push the volume up.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean, if you're contemplating about getting into
yeah,
ARC20s, and they're actually down right now.
yeah,
So I don't know. I'm gonna definitely. I've already have my bags, but I'm gonna look over there
yeah.
and see what other value opportunities are
And
over there right now.
it was crazy because, like, before this announcement came out, I was sitting there, I was like, "Am I too bullish on ARC20s? Do I have too much in there? Is my bag too big?" And then this dropped out, and I'm like, "Is my bag big enough? Do I need to add more?" Like, it was pretty crazy because the way my emotions felt the hour before and after this announcement went through. So it was just one of those things where I'm very excited for this. potentially it could be also be a buy the rumor, sell the news, because the ARC20s are up over the last month or so, but that's just like with everything else. So I don't think it is that, but it potentially could. So just be wary of that. And to buy a token like Atom, it's really expensive because they can't figure out a way to break it down yet. So you can only buy 1,000 at a time because of the because
Dust limit.
because every coin is backed by one sat, and you can only do 560 sats is the minimum. So potentially you can go down to 5, maybe 580, 590, but that's still close to the limit. So there might just be careful to keep it at 1,000. So it's gonna be very expensive to buy Atom. That's why tokens like Realm, tokens like ARC, what is it, ARC20E? What is it called? It's, I think it's ARC. AVM. Tokens like Neutron and Electron and stuff like that. So definitely keep an eye on it, guys. Head over to Tomo's Marketplace. Just start getting your eyes adjusted to it. They do actually have NFT collections as well, but they won't be adopted by Unisat anytime soon. It sounds like it's just the ARC20s.
Well, I don't know about anytime soon. I think they have that in the plan, so it might be not long afterwards.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Yep. The last one says Unisat inscribe on the 30th, so I don't know if that means like kind of deploy and stuff like that, which would be really cool.
I think you're gonna do everything right from their site.
For sure. So yeah, I mean, really cool. Excited about that. We'll see what happens once they integrate it, though.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be very, very happy in about I want to say about 10 days from today, because I think my Atomicals bag is gonna be glorious. So,
Yep.
not financial advice. It could be shit. We'll have to find out in 10 days.
All right, what did we miss on here? I think this is the last thing. Let's see. So a couple of BRC20, well, actually fungible tokens, just kind of some plays under $10 million that I'm looking at. I wanted to kind of go over that real quick. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. If you guys are following me on Twitter, you'll know that like I post this daily list at 5:45 every morning.
It's great, dude.
I wake up very early.
I appreciate it because I look at it every day as soon as you posted it, and I get the notification because you tag me in it, which is amazing. I appreciate that because I see it right away, and I'm like, oh crap! And I look, dude, and I'm just going down your list like freaking, oh man, look at that one! Oh, look at that one! Look at that one! I spend about 25 minutes looking at your list every day. So
Yeah.
I if no one else appreciates it, I appreciate it, buddy.
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, I actually love to do it because it just makes me feel like I'm always in the know with like what the token movements and stuff. So I like to I wanted to do $10 million market caps and down, right? And I'll hit on the OG tokens and then also the new tokens, but the OG tokens that can't really maintain above 10 million, I don't really have a ton of faith in those because they've been around for a while, right? I think there's like one or two in here. So if you look, we'll include Nulls. Nulls is not one of them. Zbit is probably one to keep your eye on just because they do have that community that's a part of the BTC machines. Domo, maybe keep your eye on that because there's a big Vietnamese community actually that's kind of behind that. Vietnamese and Chinese. We is an interesting one. So we, early on, it was like a pretty strong meme coin community in China. Like Mark Jeffries is a pretty big figure in Bitcoin history because like he wrote a couple of Bitcoin books. And he also, I think he interviewed like Vitalik, didn't he? Or something.
It was Vitalik's first ever.
Yeah, he was Vitalik,
ever.
and so he's big on the Wii community, right? Because like he got into Wii early and stuff. But the market cap has kind of remained in this $2 million mark. This one could kind of jump up. Let's see how many holders they got.
I haven't heard anything from Wii, man. It's crazy. I thought this was going to be one of the winners.
So I mean, they have 5,180 holders, right? So kind of like how BTCS like popped off out of nowhere. BTCS went all the way to $9. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like we could have something crazy like that happen because they have over 5,000 holders. It's only 21 million supply. So this is one to keep your eye on. Oshi, no way. We're just gonna X that one out. Other than that, really honestly, I'm not seeing anything else in the OG that's under 10 million. The new I'll say maybe keep your eye on the council, but I don't have like a ton of. We'll see what happens with them.
For sure.
So 10 million and below. So I'll include Evolve in this. This is the token that I'm so Chris for Bitmap Valley had launched. I'm pretty bullish on it because of like some. I feel like he's kind of has some partnerships, right? They're kind of behind the scenes, but we
Yeah.
know a couple of them. We're not going to put it out there because I don't think it's been announced to the public. But he also Chris added Evolve, I believe, as like a payment rail in Bitmap Valley. It's really been moving. It's really been moving. It's at 10.5 million. There's 75 million supply. So this is one that I would keep my eye on. OnFi. OnFi is also one that actually it was one that launched back in June, and then they were kind of stagnant when things went slow, and then all of a sudden like they really like picked it up like 2 weeks ago. They
Yeah.
launched their website. They're building a bridge from Ethereum over to Bitcoin. I don't know. They seem like they got a lot of momentum. I'm not super like all the way sold on them, but hey, they've been moving their market cap up. So they're a team from China, I believe. So they have some support from the Chinese community. Everybody knows I believe in the long term of Honk. So Honk is at 8.2 million. I feel like it's a value play still, just because I do that liquidity pool update every day in the Unisat swap. There's a reason why Unisat launched that swap. There's a reason why they launched it, because they want to be able to use it. And Honk is the third most liquid token behind Ordi and Sats. I mean, and it's number, like if you look at the liquidity pools right now, number one is Ordi and Sats, number two is Honk and Sats, number three is now Honk and Ordi.
Yeah.
So you have Honk and Ordi and Honk and Sat. So that's I'm waiting for the day whenever they actually open up that swap and then degens pour in there, because if the market cap's below 10 million, Honk could still be a very, very solid play.
100%.
And there's a lot. Go ahead.
I think when Goosenals hit, I think Goosenals will eventually go up to where Frog is right now. Frogs will be a lot higher as well, but I think Goosenals hit that 0.3, 0.5 area, and I think Honk kind of follows that. I think Honk eventually does become, an $80 million market cap type token, maybe $100 million. And if it does get listed, because again, seems like Binance likes to go with the community tokens. And, Honk's got a big community, especially with the base community. Shout out the base community. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, if Goosenose does get, follows the Frog's trajectory, there's a lot of crossover in terms of community holders with Honk and Goosenose.
Yeah.
And
Dude,
so
every time Honk goes up, Goosenals ride with it. Every time Goosenals go up, Honk rides with it. They're like, if you look at them on Magic Eden and Unisat, they go up at almost the exact same time. They go down the exact same time as well.
Exactly. Let's see here. Traverse is another one that I'm waiting to see, because they put some forms out and try to get some fillers to see what partners that they could collab with. Yep. They have a working security protocol product on Ethereum vaults that you can secure your assets. They are building out similar features on the Bitcoin side right now. We interviewed Kareem on our show, so go check out that interview if you haven't seen it. You can get a feel. He's the founder of the project. He's active with their Twitter. He's constantly giving kind of updates of what's going on. So I have some confidence in them. We'll kind of have to see. I'm not super bullish on it, because like I still think like people hesitate on like having a custodian like have their assets, right? Even if it is for security vaults. But we'll have to see on that. SHID, I don't even hold any SHID, but like I'm actually kind of bullish on them as a community token, because they went from like I want to say like 200,000, and then they were hanging around like the mid 6-figure market cap, and then they jumped up to 5 million, and then they've been hanging around like 3 to 5 million, and they have a lot. I noticed that comment on my list daily. There's more and more SHID people, so that's one that I would keep my eye on. Then you have OSPI. We talked about them already, like OrdSpy. If they keep shipping features to this token, then I'm going to be bullish on them short term. Long term, we'll see how that plays out. And I think that's about it. Maybe foxes. Foxes will be another. I think that's starting to grow. That's a community animal token. And then Grum. Keep your eye on Grum. Grum's been around for a long time.
Grumpy cat.
Grumpy cat. But that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the ones I'm looking at. Everything else that I've skipped over, I'm not really looking at personally. But none of this is financial advice. Just something that and don't take anything personal, guys. This is just kind of what I see. Because man, sometimes like in the comments of my list, guys, come on, block them. And I never block anybody. Ask Shizzy.
I do. I look in there sometimes and I'm like, ooh, he's getting hit on this one because you didn't pump. Everyone wants their token put on there, but we're gonna have 3,000 tokens on there.
Did you see how long the list is now? Like,
I
on the new token list, there's like 30, and then on the OG list, there's 22, and I had to like cut some of them down. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's been a fun little project, man. It's definitely helped with my inner engagement and stuff.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, man. I was thinking about the giveaway. I think we should do it a different way. I think we should do a trivia today because I do not feel like going in and collecting names. So,
all right.
We'll each give away a trivia question, and
do
the
you
first
have one?
person. I have one. Thinking of. What do you think?
I have one, but I got to make sure I have the right answer for it. I think I have the right answer for it.
So, guys, get ready. We're gonna ask some questions here. I'm gonna let ChatGPT do my question. So I'm gonna get over to ChatGPT.
I mean, it has to be. It's gonna be
Bitcoin trivia.
Yeah. Okay. Bitcoin trivia. That works.
A Bitcoin trivia question. I love ChatGPT, guys. It's teaching me how to read, write, talk. But, all right. Okay, I got it. I got the question.
Wait. Before we do this, though, we got to set the ground rules here. Okay. So, before you right after you answer or ask the question, you need to tell them to put a certain character in the chat, and then the first person to put the character in the chat will be able to have the chance at answering first.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Do you want me to do that part?
So say it again.
So basically, you're gonna ask the question, and I'll be like, all right, the first person to type a 1 in the chat will, we'll get to answer first, and then we'll go down the line.
I might get hard. You might get a bunch of 1s in there because people
get
these a little bit differently.
You got to do that because
I'd rather see the answer.
You'd rather what?
See the answer, like the answer to the question. Whatever we go down the list and just see the answer to the question.
Yeah, but
people already put. Oh,
you mean yeah, I know, but that was just an example.
Yeah.
Right. So basically, the first person to get the answer. Okay.
First person puts the answer in the chat. Yeah.
Okay, that works.
All right. So you want to get mine first, or you want to do yours first? You can do yours.
You go first because I'm still looking that way.
All right. Ready? Keep an eye on the chat, and I'm actually going to put the answer so you know it in the
private chat.
In the private chat, so you can tell me because I'm going to read this off the correct way. So here is the answer. You get it?
Wait.
You got it?
Yep, I got it. Okay.
And then the question is, you guys ready? Let me go to the comments. Craig Wright is not the answer to the question, but here we go. Ready? What notable event took place on May 22nd, 2010 in the history of Bitcoin, often celebrated as a yearly tradition? What is it? Who's going to get it? And there is a delay, so we will see. We'll see what pops up here.
People are
Googling it. They got their pizza.
Oh, Rami.
Rami, please throw your Twitter handle in the chat. Looking for Rami's Twitter handle. Hal Finney.
Hal Finney is not an event, Danny boy. That was a good one. That was a good guess.
Oh man, pizza gay. Well, that's not gonna work.
Okay, so
I'm waiting for Rami. Rami, please throw your Twitter handle in there so I can grab you and get that settled. And also, Rick, man, you're the only person from last week I haven't sent that thing to. If you can message me, there he is. Rick, message me your Twitter your wallet address. I think you sent it to me already, but I lost it. So please do that, and I'll send you over your DLC collectible. So
okay, so my question has to do with our show. So if
wait, it
you
said Danny Boy said his showed first.
let's see.
I'm gonna go to the YouTube. I don't know. The comments showed Rami by far.
Yeah, we'll double check on the YouTube recording.
Let me check.
Well, Rick said mine showed first, not Danny Boy.
Oh, it's Rick. Sorry. I'm seeing Rami still.
Yeah, it says.
Yeah, I still see Rami, bud. I'm sorry. Rick. You were a tight second though, man. I can screenshot it if you want and send it to you, but it was definitely Rami.
Oh wait,
It says Rick was first for me.
Yeah, so it says Rick was first for him too.
Rami. I showing Rami, Rick. I'm sorry, man.
Rami first. Goodness.
All right.
You know what? You know what? Yeah. So okay. So we'll figure something out there. Okay.
Well, Rick, you're still getting the DLC content from last week, man. So please, like again, just get my DMs and I'll send it. Mike was second. Everyone loves their number 2, right? So,
but as Ricky
this is
Bobby
harder.
said,
if you ain't first, the last.
Okay. So this second question by me has to do with the show. So if you're like brand new, you're probably not going to get this. I'm sorry, but this is the history of the Ordinal Revolution. Okay, so Shizzy and I were doing.
Ooh, I like this.
We're doing some testnet stuff, and we had some tasks that we had to do on Twitter, and we made a bet, and I won the bet, and Shizzy lost, and he has to pay up his bet, and so the question is, what does Shizzy have to do to pay his debt?
What do I have to do to pay the debt? And what was the challenge?
Yeah,
that's another good question. What was the challenge and what was the bet? It was not 500. Nope. What was the challenge and what is the I guess you could say punishment, right?
Yeah. What was the punishment? Oh wait. Eat the fiery chip. Yes.
All right, but Mike, if you could tell us what the challenge was, you win. You got to tell us what the challenge was, Mike.
Well, no, because we added that second into the thing.
All right, Mike wins.
Yeah, because that was the thing. We've talked about the eating the chip like several times, but the challenge was that one time. All right. Okay.
Rocket
awesome.
said DeFi discussions. Rocket is one of the few people that was watching DeFi discussions. Order Revolution came alive in June, but previously we had another podcast with another guy, which was called DeFi Discussions, that ended right before Ordinal Revolution started, and that podcast was called DeFi Discussions. If you're an OG, if you know, you know. And Rocket, man, we will always appreciate you, sir. You're one of our most loyal and longest watchers of the show, and we support you just like you support us, buddy.
Yep. All right, so you guys both won our last
Rocket.
Our last two koalas.
He's a base god.
He got it, man.
He did.
He got it. So congratulations, you guys won the last two koalas that we have. They're pretty awesome. One is a St. Patty's Day koala, and the other one is a Hawaiian shirt looking koala. So these are ordinal.
You show them real quick?
Yeah. Let me take a screenshot here.
So I do need your was it Mike, right? And Rami? I need your Twitter handles, guys. Please put them in the chat. It's impossible to find you guys without. I think I have Mike's Twitter handle, but Mike, you can just DM me too if you don't mind. Rami, if you don't put your thing in the chat, please DM me. Well, I don't like that because people can just say, "Hey, I'm Rami." Mike's Crypto 1000. Okay, and then Sergio, we know your handle, buddy.
So
Wait, these are the
yep,
cool koalas.
this is the first one, Rami, and then Mike won this one right here. So these are the koalas. They're pretty cool, ordinal
Yeah.
inscriptions. But yeah, guys. Oh, we're gonna do something special for the New Year's live though. So make sure that you guys watch that. First of all, you get to see Shizzy eat the chip,
Yep.
the fiery chip. And then Shizzy and I are gonna go over some things. There are gonna be some good giveaways for New Year's because this has been a blessing of a year for us, and you guys are a blessing to us. The fact that you guys watch and all that stuff. So we're gonna probably, I mean, I don't know. We'll talk about the number of things we're gonna give away, but they're gonna be some nice stuff.
Yeah, should definitely be fun. I'm definitely excited. We'll probably give away another Shizzy. And if you guys want to support the channel, head over to brc20.com, get yourself a Yagobi avatar, Shizzy avatar. These are not tokens, these are not investments. These are avatars that you can use in bitmap.game. It supports the channel, and also it's a pretty cool avatar that my man Yagobi put together, put a lot of hard work into that. So that is something. And then you can also brc420.com. Sorry, yeah, brc20, that's gonna take you to .com coin. But yeah, brc420.com and
brc420.io. My boy Shizzy sending you guys everywhere. Y'all
I'm getting tired, guys. Like, look at these things. I have 2 full-time jobs right now.
Yeah, bro, I told you to put the cucumbers on them, right? Just sit back, put the cucumbers on them, sit in the bathtub. No.
What? I don't have time for that, dude. I barely have time to friggin' to take a shit anymore because it's just so much going on in the BRC 420 space, and oh man, it's just been so much fun. We appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah, 100%. And we just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas because we won't talk to you guys live at least until next week. And Merry Christmas, and it's been great, and we just we love our community, and it's we love to do this, so I can't wait till the next one.
And take some money out of your crypto, go buy your significant other something really nice, make that day special for them. Let's not be greedy here. We made a lot of money these last couple of months. Let's show our spouses that we're sorry for being on our phones all the time, but we still.
Shizzy's trying to get out of the doghouse, as you can
tell. No, but seriously, guys, let's make this Christmas special for your loved ones as well, and spend a lot of time. Get off your freaking phones for a couple days, unless the ETF happens, and then I'm not getting off my damn phone for a week. But we'll see.
Emergency Christmas Day live. Come on, Yagobi, let's go.
we're on. Hey, that could potentially happen, but we will have our weekend update on Christmas Eve. We on Christmas Eve?
Are we what? Doing our thing?
The update, weekend update.
I mean,
we
can
just do it early.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out the time for it though, but I'm sure we can make it happen.
Yeah, and then we have our spaces this Saturday. It's going to be an hour. It's not going to be as long as normal. We're going to shoot through an hour because that is my birthday. So if you guys want to come join my birthday party, it'll be in spaces early Saturday morning. So that should be nice and fun. So join that, and we appreciate you guys. We really do.
Yeah.
You guys are the reason why we do this. We had over 80 people in here at one point, which is a new record for us.
Yeah, for the lives. I mean, we love doing the lives. And also, if you guys are interested, if you're not, no big deal. But we do have our membership program with YouTube. You can sign up. It's really affordable, and you get to I think we do. How many membership videos a week?
I think we're up to like 22 altogether. So it's only been like 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
I feel like we average at least like 3 or 4 a week.
Yeah.
For sure. So those are pretty cool because you get to pick our brain, and we talk about what we're looking at individually and stuff like that. So, but all right, I think that's a wrap, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah, it's an hour and 33 minutes for us. 33 minutes past our ordinal hour. So we hope you guys appreciate that, and tune in. Like I said, this Saturday, and then Sunday we'll have the weekend update, and then maybe we'll do that Saturday. Just have all Christmas Eve. We'll see. Yep. But what's something we have to talk about, and then we will see you guys next Thursday for our live, and then we'll see you guys 2 days later for the then Monday we'll do another live for the New Year's Day
for the one chip challenge
live. So that should be very fun. See you guys.
Peace.